The South African Human Rights Commission is concerned, it says, about the number of lives lost in the George building collapse. On Monday, the Commission visited the site where rescue workers were still busy and are still busy with recovery efforts. Let's bring in the Commission now. Joining us is Aseza Gungubele. He's a Commissioner at the SAHRC. Aseza, great to talk to you. Thanks very much indeed. And yeah, what an incredibly shocking thing that has happened in George and in the country. Massive loss of life. What did you find on your visit there yesterday?
Good afternoon, Michelle. Thank you for having us. Good afternoon to your viewers. Michelle, so we have visited the area yesterday with the two commissioners. We've met with the authorities of George Municipality and including with the executive mayor, the MM of the George Municipality. Michelle, we had a kind of a meeting of a briefing session that actually came to us, the municipality. It's quite shocking things that we found out, Michelle. This handling process, as you can see, a loss of life, as we indicated. Michelle, we have also found out on our visit in George that most of the deceased, they cannot be traced. There's undocumented and non-nationals. Also, they cannot also see, they do not have access. Some other families cannot be found because they are scared themselves to come forward because they might be also undocumented. But however, we must also commend the rescue team, the effort they've put in place, and also the community of George, the support they've given to the victims, to the families of victims as well.
And you know, in the context of what you've just described to us, what is the solution there?
Michelle, I think it's in two folds. The first and one, I think it's an issue of a language barrier, first and foremost. The second that we need to resolve, we need to find people that will talk to those families because, as I said, most of them are from Mozambique, Malawi, and Zimbabwe, so they cannot communicate with the language, the English, with any other language from South African languages. So we need, as I've seen it, we have met with some of the high commissioners from the different countries, we have some engagement. But I think one most important thing that we need to do, Michelle, is to hold those on that authority, those who have approved that building, also the developer accountable for the loss of life. Remember, losing any life, everyone have it's a human right violation to lose a life. Everyone have a right to life.
Absolutely. And I think perhaps also as part of that discussion, education about the rights of workers, no matter what their status is in a country, in a situation like this, they have exactly the same rights as any other worker would have when a disaster like this happens. And perhaps that's something that needs to be done. That message needs to be get out there. And that level of education needs to get out there so that the families also know that they are now entitled, just as the families of any other loved ones are.
Indeed, Michelle, it is a very unfortunate situation as an observation, as much that we're going to conduct a report, an investigation, also an inquiry, and what have transpired in short. It's very unfortunate, Michelle, because what we could pick up already, the business, the people, the person that was doing the development, the developer, prioritized profit over the human lives. So what we are doing, Michelle, as the commissioner, we have already started embarking on that process. Myself, I'm tasked with that process. We have also picked up, in particular in the farm communities, where farm owners, they are using undocumented foreigners for that to pay them less wage, so that we think we will have a discussion with the vendor labor and other stakeholders so that we can find a solution in this matter, because it's exploitation, irrespective of where you are coming from. You have rights like any other citizen of the country.
Yeah. So this has made the Commission perhaps more alive than it was before to the plight of people who are undocumented in the country, and just the level of how much they are taken advantage of. You know, you've mentioned talking to farm owners in the region. Is this something that you want to put more of a focus on now as the Human Rights Commission in different sectors across the country?
Indeed, Michelle, it is a commissioner's focus area. We're already working on that, Michelle. I just want to indicate, in fact, it was this month or in the last month, or when we celebrated 30 years of democracy, myself and other commissioners, we were in one of the small towns in SAHRC where they detain what they call it Lindela. That's why they detain the police station, a foreign national undocumented one. So, Michelle, we have started that engagement. We have met in that particular area. We've met with all the relevant stakeholders, that will be SAHRC, court, justice system and justice, and also with correctional services to find solutions. How do we best protect the rights of those undocumented foreigners, or we call nationals?
Yeah, absolutely. So what is the message from the Human Rights Commission, Aseza, for people who know of families who have been affected, who have lost loved ones, who, as you say, are perhaps fearful of coming forward? How do they get in touch with the Human Rights Commission and get the kind of help that they might need?
Michelle, I think first and foremost, let's also, as a Human Rights Commission, send our heartfelt condolences to the families that are affected. Ourselves, we have already those that we can identify, in particular the locals one family in Mozambique, one family in George. We are already talking with them, those families, and also, of course, we will have an engagement. We were in the hall yesterday. We have met with some members of the families, so we have availed ourselves also through the other government departments that are there already, and social development and SAHRC, they are there. So we have left our contact details, but ourselves are on the ground as we speak. Just after the interview, Michelle, I am in George, interacting with the communities, joined the disaster management team so that we can find an update how best as a commission we can find solution and resolve the matter. Also assist those that need our assistance most.
Aseza Gungubele, let me thank you for your time this afternoon, a commissioner with the South African Human Rights Commission. Just another part of course, some of the issues that are arising from the George building collapse.